that Senate probe be a deciding factor in the upcoming elections?
To answer that, we have political analyst Dennis Coronacion joining us live via Zoom. Thank you again for joining us this morning.
Hi, thank you for having me here again.
Yes, the findings ni Senator Amy, well, we have to clarify if it's the committee as a whole, yung committee niya or sa kanya yan mismo, but what are your initial reactions?
Well, I think it's expected, since these are based on the answers that from the resource persons coming from the government. So I suppose everyone who watched was expecting that the findings would be that way.
But will this have an effect on her numbers sa survey? Tataas ba? Because finally, meron siyang parang kinatigan na at this point. Dahil for the longest time, sinasabi nga siya ay namamangka sa dalawang ilog.
Well, maaari hong magkaroon ng impact ito sa kanyang survey numbers. She has not been doing well in the recent surveys dahil nga ang tingin sa kanya ng publiko ay tama kayo, siya ay namamangka sa dalawang ilog. And I think it was about time for her, based on the last survey by SWS, it was about time for her to choose a side, Well, I hope na mag-improve yung numbers niya kasi patuloy na nawawala siya, lumalayo siya doon sa Magic 12. And by, through this, through these findings of her committee, baka makatulong ito para mag-improve yung kanyang mga numero.
Well, sabi nga nila, si Senator Amy just possibly lost the last remaining supporters from the Marcos side, and still she has not convinced a lot of Duterte supporters of her loyalty to the Duterte side. So saan manggagaling ang boto ni Senator Amy at this point?
Well, she's hoping that after what she did dito sa Senate investigation, sa kanyang committee, investigation committee, hoping that she'll be able to at least woo the die-hard fans. Kasi at this point, I think it's not possible already since she already left and she was also removed from the alyansa ng pagbabago. So I don't think she'll be able to get the votes of the Marcos supporters. Although siguro meron pa rin naman from perhaps a section from the Marcos supporters who's still believing her, baka makuha pa rin siya. But at this point, since yung latest development based on her latest decision, that she's trying to move, the die-hard supporters.
Okay, sir. Doon po sa kabuuan ng hearing, ano po ba yung masasabi nyo regarding that? Kasi nga po, sinasabi ni Senator Amy Marcos na may mga irregularities, may mga legal questions yung nakita daw po niya, considering na there weren't really enough legal experts that were invited there in the hearing to talk about the legalities of the process of the arrest. Sa tingin nyo po ba kumbaga may impact ito doon sa how the people view doon sa nangyaring arrest kay Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte?
Yun na lang yung I think nakasang hearing lang naman po siya, no?
Isa pa lang.
She would hold another hearing to invite more legal experts to clarify on the matter. Kasi lumalabas sa kanyang investigation na merong gray area, no? There's still an area in this issue that needs to be explained. And ang pwede lang makapagpaliwanag dito, or if not the legal experts, our legal community. I don't know why she did hold another hearing for this. Pero tawag dito, definitely magkakaroon po ito ng impact sa ating polity. Kung hindi man yung isa is probably hoping na the hearing kumain ito ng kanyang tumaas yung mga pwedeng bumoto sa kanya. Apart from yung, of course, right away, nung habang kinakonduct yung hearing na yun, naglabas agad ng mga saloobin ng sentimento ng ating mga kababayan. And they probably confirmed through the hearing that there were some irregularities. And that's why the hearing is important. Kaya ako naniniwala ko hindi lang ito pamumulita. Kasi it also gives us the government an opportunity, even the Senate, an opportunity to enlighten the people, not just in the legal aspect, but also, yun na rin, ano ba mga pagkukulang ng ating mga batas? Kasi I understand may mga existing laws naman.
Yeah.
Just that they're not sufficient. That's why perhaps or the next Congress can address the insufficiency of the current laws, or kung ano man yung mga whatever is puzzling to our legal luminaries and legal experts, para pag nangyari ulit in the future, at least we already know how to deal with such action on the part of the ICC.
Well, while there is truth na siyempre in aid of legislation, nakaantabay tayo, what legislation will be passed to address these gray areas. The unofficial declaration of yung sa committee was the next hearing daw would be held if and when matuloy ito, to look for accountability kung sino ang may kasalanan for possible prosecution. Pero while we all know it's the president who signed off on all of this as the president, isn't this a dangerous maneuver by Senator Amy, stopping short of trying to blame her brother for everything?
Well, yes. Ganun na nga po naging naging ganun na ang tema ng kanyang investigation. It somehow took the form of an expose, basically it exposes what was lacking, when the former president, President Rodrigo Duterte, was being arrested. So, in a way, ina-expose yung mga kakulangan na ginawa ng mga concerned government agencies and offices kapag aresto ng dating Pangulo. So, I think kapag naging successful siya sa ganung ay ang magkakaroon ito ng negative impact doon sa imahe ng kanyang kapatid. That's right. So, that could be one of the possible effects.
Pero will this hearing po ba will have a significant impact doon naman po sa mga kaalyado ni FPRRD? Kasi we all know naman that although Senator Bongo is on top of the survey, yung recent survey po ng mga senatoriables, other members of his slate, mga mababa no? Si Senator Bato de la Rosa lang yata medyo pumasok sa top 13 at least, the rest talagang mababa sila.
Yeah, kahit mababa yung mga members ng yung mga kasama do sa senatorial lineup ng PDP Laban, even though mababa, if we're going to compare the current results, the latest survey results, so nag-improve naman, unlike in the past several surveys, talagang makikita mo parang there would be no chance at all. So some improve numbers nila. And then makikita nyo na yung nagkaroon din ng impact. Kasi the latest survey by SWS already covered, it took place after the arrest of the president. So, andun nakasama na yung sentimiento ng mga tao doon with regard to that arrest. So, it shows that there are some senatorial candidates who have benefited from the outpour of sentiment from some members of our society. So, ayun, kaya patuloy na, I think for 2 consecutive surveys, one by Pulse Asia last month, and then one by leading na sa survey sa mga polls si Senator Bongo.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. What about the others? Kasi, di ba, parang nakafocus lang tayo dun sa dalawang kampo eh. Di ba, Marcos, Duterte. But what about the others?
Yeah.
Saan sila ngayon sa scenario na ito, Prof?
I think the others will continue to be to be outside the Magic 12 kasi currently the political discourse is shaped by the conflict between the administration and the Duterte family. Now, as for the others, lalo na yung mga former senators who are, especially that were identified before with the Liberal Party, parang medyo nahirapan sila kung paano insert yung sarili nila sa discourse ng nangyayari. But somehow naman nag-improve pa rin. Although outside the Magic 12 pa rin, si former Senator Kiko Pangilinan, Senator Bam Aquino. But there's, I think, 2 months left. So they still have ample time. Parang somehow nag-improve naman yung numbers. Hindi nga lang ganun ka-significant. But that means
medyo nawawala po kayo, sir.
Yeah, Prof.
Oo, medyo pihit ng konti for signal. Hello, can you hear us okay?
Hello.
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So may mga slight improvements sa numbers nila. And so that means maaaring tama yung ginagawa nila. Baka may mga
ganun
adjustment.
ba? Pero dapat ba magsalita? Kasi tinanong ko na to kahapon kay Prof. Edmond Tayaw. So dapat ba, kasi parang quiet sila kasi, no? Recently doon sa mga pangyayari ngayon, hindi natin alam kung saan ba sila pumuposisyon ngayon doon sa mga recent happening. So dapat ba talaga quiet lang sila or dapat ba magkaroon sila ng pahayag dito sa mga nangyayari?
Well, ang kanila kasing ang kanilang I think ang strategy nila ay wag sumama sa issue na o sa away na pinasasangkutan ng administrasyon at saka ng Duterte family. And because of that, merong good and bad impact sa kanila. Yung bad impact is that hindi sila napapansin because they have not joined the debate or they have not said their piece about the issue. But on the other hand, ang kanila namang hina-highlight, by not doing that, ang hina-highlight nila are their accomplishments. Like for Senator Bam Aquino, I think it's about free college education. And for former Senator Kiko Pangilinan, it's about food security. And so ang kanilang hina-highlight yung kanilang mga achievements at ayaw nila mahigop dito sa sa awayan.
Pero Prof, hindi ba kasi during the time of the former President Rodrigo Duterte, the so-called yellow side, yung the Liberal Party, was heavily persecuted by the Duterte administration. Case in point, kay former Senator Laila de Lima was charged of drug charges that were eventually cleared. So yung mga supporters were also heavily persecuted by people online for being supporters of the yellows. Hindi ba dapat at this point, at least man lang, there's some sort of a solid voice saying that of acceptance of what's happening right now, stopping short of supporting the admin?
Well, some of them, like former Senator Laila de Lima, have issued statements every now and then, with regard to the difficult situation that the Dutertes are into. Pero as for the rest, parang they don't want to take the gamble. They think that the conflict between the two sides is irrelevant. And they would rather focus on the problems and look for solutions in case they get elected. Tingin ko yun ang kanilang, that's a risk that they're taking. Although you're right, some of them are every now and then would join, would give a comment, like former Senator Trillanes, who was at one point in time siding with the Yellows. So ganon, not all of them. I think it's more of a strategy taken by the said senatorial candidate.
Alright, on that note, maraming salamat po muli sa inyong oras, political analyst Dennis Coronacion. Thank you so much.
Thank you.